Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all safe. More live shows are back. First live show since the 23rd of May. I'm back and I'm here with the West Ham news show, but live today. I've got a couple of guests on to do it live today. As you can see by there, like and subscribe and if you could help the channel further, click join or click the link in the description down below. If you could help the channel out even better through the super chats or through everything else. Right, we are being bombarded in a chat. Let's have a look. Right, so we'll start off with Steve. Well, Sullivan is a billionaire gold a multi-millionaire. So that 30 million needs to get it covered over the line. We will talk about that. Right, here we go. Duke spamming it. What we're waiting for is almost like Gates is running the show. Very funny, very funny. Duke's saying 20 million tops for Jesse Lingard. He said he wouldn't waste 30 million on him. I clicked the button. It's 7:32 now, and it says 2 minutes on the top of my screen. We were not late. We were not late. I can guarantee it. Let's see who else is in the chat. Then Paul, I hope you are well. Charlie, Scott, #free Ben Ram himself. I hope you're well, Scott. Long time no see. Indeed, Irons Official. I hope you are well. Forever blowing bubbles. Channel membership lateness. Scott says hi, Jake, Andy, and young Mike. How's the leg doing, Mike?
It's getting there, mate. It's getting there. Won't be fit for the start of the season, but you never know.
Magic sponge.
Bench, I reckon, start of the season.
Yeah, right then. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. Andy, lots of West Ham news has come out today. And we are going to start with Adama Traore. Before we go into the report, your brief thoughts to start off with Adama Traore then.
I've always liked him, mate. Even when he was at Middlesbrough, I was saying it. We should have went out and got Antonio and Traore. We should have went out and got both of them, both wingers, pace, power. What more can you ask for? And don't get me wrong, he's not been the finished article with regards to goals, but Arnautovic wasn't an out-and-out goal scorer. Antonio scored every now and again, and with pace and power, he could play anywhere in that front three. I'd imagine Antonio and Traore on the pitch together. I'm sure I wouldn't want to mark them. I don't know about you, Mike.
I'll tell you, mate, if we could get him, I'd be over the moon. I really would. I think he's a Moist type player, mate, as well, I think. Because he does, he puts the work in. He's a big, strong boy. I mean, I went to one of the last games we went to, me and Jake, Dad Rich, we went to the Wolves away, and that guy was warming up in front of us, and he was running down that line because we're down the side, aren't we?
Yeah.
And, mate, he's massive. I mean, he puts all that grease on him and whatever. You can't stop the guy. But to be fair to him, they lost their striker, didn't they? He was putting balls in the box, and they didn't have anyone to finish it off, to be fair to him. And, no, I'd like him. I'd snap him up. If we could get him, I'd be over the moon.
Scott, go on.
No, I could see Bowen, because I don't think Antonio is going to feature as much this season, in my opinion, and especially if Traore comes in. I could see Bowen turning into the false nine and Traore going out on the right. And Bowen can finish. He's not like Antonio. He needs one chance and he can score. And like what Mike said, if Traore's whipping them balls in, and even Lingard for now, it's a no-win. Win-win for me.
Yeah, I mean, agree totally.
Yeah.
You imagine them two running at you, both of them.
Cool. Yeah, I know. What a unit it'd be. Scott raised an interesting point, saying, "I'm sure maybe it's time to get a recognised striker, not another converted winger or whatever. Maybe it's time." Andy, do you think enough messing around with trying to convert wingers to all this? Do we need an out-and-out proven striker?
I still think Tammy Abraham's coming in as well. I think Tammy's coming in as well, and that's who I forgot about. Imagine that. But Bowen could probably convert to the left even as a front. Lingard, like if we get Lingard, at the start, we sort of discussed it yesterday. Me, Duke, and Gatesy. I think it may have been off air as well. And it's like the Euros are finished now. I've gave him a bit of leeway. You couldn't really get any business done, but apparently Moyes has had the meeting this week, and I would, if they want the 40 million, I'll give them 30 up front and 10 million in add-ons. That's what Chelsea would take for Abraham. Get the business done early. Give them, 4 weeks till the season starts? And yeah, I would. But if you give me the choice out of Traore and Lingard, I'll choose Traore all day long. If you had to make me pick between one of them.
Interesting stuff. Scott says day off, fifth day off in 80 for Scott. Fair play. We did see the kits just before we came on air. Forever. I'm not going to publish. Not going to put it up on screen because that's not fair. Blah 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 blah. I know it's on Twitter, but that's not fair to for people leaking it and us putting it out as well. James, I hope you're well. Congratulations on the live. Thank you very much indeed. James says Traore is shocking. We need a striker, not a winger. Dad says we'll take him for £10 million. Scott says I think Bowen will have a fantastic season this year. I'm excited about him. Yeah, just to touch on Bowen, Mike, he's had a fantastic couple of pre-season games. I didn't watch the Dundee game, but I did watch the Northampton game last night, and he looked good again. And let's hope that this is a start of a fantastic
I actually watched the Dundee game actually. And he got brought down the centre half, just mowed him over. I mean, he was running into the box flat out, and there was no way they were going to stop him other than bringing him down. I mean, he looked sharp. He looked really good in that game. But, it's Dundee, I fair dues. But, you've got to give it to the guy.
He looks like he's lost a bit of weight.
Yeah, he does, mate. Yeah.
He looks like he's a bit more built.
Yeah,
so, no.
I mean, in that Dundee game, to be honest, there was a lot of players I was well impressed with. Second half, we had a poor start here, was 2-0 down. But there's a few players I thought, hang on a minute, these guys can play a bit. The guy in the middle midfield, what's his name?
Aqua.
Yeah. I mean, he looks big, strong, good on the ball. There was a lot of plus come out of that game.
Yeah. I don't know if you two watched the Northampton game, but one player that stood out for me was or the three in midfield of Coventry, Lanzini, and a young lad called Forson, which I thought was the best player on the pitch. He did remind me of N'Golo Kante. He was on the left, he was on the right, he was in the middle. He was buzzing around everywhere, almost as in an up and coming Declan Rice. He did look really, really promising in my opinion. Let's go back into the chat then. Scott says Tammy Abraham and Traore would be fantastic business. We need a striker who scores goals. I agree. Rather Seema than Traore. Abraham, perhaps I take Abraham, but not any more than £25 million. I think because it is a slight risk. I think Duke says around £25 million for Traore would be a great deal. Steve says problem before we start. Problem before we start already saying no money as usual. Yeah, I agree.
But we've said that the last 2 seasons, and we've bought Souček, and I've learned it's hard to say it, but I'm only criticise the owners at the end of the window if we've not done the business what I expect. I'm just going, like you said, we moan about the leak. We moan about the leaks before. And everyone was criticising. Now it's all quiet. People are criticising. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, so I'm not going to criticise until the end of the window.
Yeah, Scott says I reckon we could get Traore for 15 million. Paul says Antonio left, Traore on the right, bombing down the wings. We would frighten defences with our pace. Yeah, that would be if those two can get going and can stay injury free. That could be a serious force, and then whoever down the middle would be absolutely fantastic. Got to trust Moyes. I completely agree. James says watching Orient yesterday, there was good players from the under 23s, but Alves looks the real deal. Alves has impressed me. Alves is the mustard. I thought he's a really, really good player, but in the second half of the Northampton game, he looks slightly half-hearted and slightly shaky, but he's a really good player.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to say I'm an expert. I've seen him play a lot because I'm not going to fool anyone, but I like the size of him. He's more. He reminds me of Oxford in one aspect. Everyone had the hype, but fair play to Moyes by not playing him in the first team. He could have easily chucked him in because obviously with Barbrena going, he could have easily chucked him in. But Moyes is doing his thinking, giving him pre-season, and Europa League's the best way to learn. So against the lesser opposition, so I could see him featuring.
Yeah, he looks good on the ball, mate. I watched him play for Denmark under 21, so I think he played for.
Yeah.
I watched that game, and he was good on the ball. Didn't give it away. Come out of defence with it. His positional sense was pretty good. He's a strong lad as well. I mean, yeah, there's something there, mate. Something to work with, definitely. I like the look of him. Okay, he's yet to be tested. So,
yeah,
we will see, won't we?
Yeah, I like the positiveness of these young players coming through the Oko Flex. We've got loads of players yesterday in the Northampton game. You've got players like Baptiste Alese played really well. Some real good players that could be a weapon in the Europa League next season. That's for sure.
I think Jake as well. The reason why I think their confidence is Moyes was the one. I know Bilic gave Rice's debut, but Moyes was the one who brought Rice in, etc. And I think the fact that Rice has done so well, I think that's gave the players confidence as well. And like you said, Moyes plays the youngsters. We've got Europa League. I think this is the last chance for Connor Coventry, but I'm excited with the others as well.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, we have got some fantastic players coming through. Now Jake is earning a few quid. Next home game beers on him. Technically, that's illegal. Just saying. But we are gonna move on to our next topic that talks about Areola. Now, there's two main stories today. The first one from a unknown, unreliable, I think, source that I'm not even going to try and announce as. They have said Alfonso Areola has signed with West Ham. He is waiting for an agreement to be reached on a club basis. It's only a matter of time before the transfer becomes official. And then a reliable English source within Standard Sports is West Ham are closing in on signing French goalkeeper Alfonso Areola. What backs this up as well, Mike, I'm going to come to you, is in the last hour or so, PSG have announced the signing of Gigi Donnarumma, which puts Areola even more back on the pecking order. So surely he's making his way back to the Premier League and hopefully to the Hammers.
Well, we can see what's happening, can't we? With them signing him. I mean, if the rumours are right, I like him. He's a good keeper. I thought he had a decent season for a team that was struggling. He had plenty of practice, obviously, but the guy looks pretty decent. And I like him, and I like Johnson. To be fair, I thought either of those two would have been a decent buy. So yeah, I'd be happy with that, mate. I really would.
Yeah. Andy, your thoughts?
The thing what worries me is what is he going to get promised? Is he going to be promised a number one spot? But I think Fabianski, if it is, we've got Europa League, so that's a minimum 6 games. You've got at least 1 game in the FA Cup, the League Cup, so that's 8 games. So it's not like he would be out of the way. But what about you? Do you reckon he's coming in for number one, or do you reckon it'll be a pre-season decider? I think he's only going to be signed for his number one, in my opinion.
Go on, Mike.
Yeah, I think he's going to be promised number one, to be honest. And I love that. He's been great for us, but he had a few injuries last year, didn't he? I mean, he broke down twice in the warm up. And those things are they're only going to keep happening. That's not going to get better for him. He's done well. And he deserves to play in the Europa League as well. And he might get a few other games here and there, but this guy getting signed, I think he's been promised that he'll be number one.
Yeah.
Okay. If he has a couple of ball games, then we've got a great replacement, haven't we? Waiting in the wings. So, we will see. But I reckon he's been promised a number one.
Before we jump into the comments, I'd like to say like the video. There's 30 of you watching. Let's set a like target.
Wow.
Andy, set us a like target. We're on 13 likes. There's 30 watching. What are we going for?
60 by the end of the show. 60 likes. I'm gonna get tweeting while we're talking as well. I'm gonna get people on. I'm gonna do a retweets.
Oh, we get 50, mate. Great, wouldn't it? It'd be great.
Yeah, go on. That's a very ambitious target. But I'd like to. I definitely like to get that. That would be brilliant. As well, and to celebrate us being back live streaming again, we have been in the last week been monetized by YouTube. So if you could help us out even further, Andy has helped us out as well by joining the channel memberships. You can by using the link in the chat that I've put in now. If you can, that would be greatly appreciated. You can get more content, fun emojis to put into the chat, and a little badge every month, little new West Ham badge in the live chat every single month, and it helps me out massively as well. If you can't, not to worry, you support me loads by just watching and commenting, and if you could help us further, that would be greatly appreciated. Let's go into the chat then. Let me scroll right up to where we started talking about these fantastic right, we will start here then. Paul says Alves looked good but dropped off in the second half. It's only pre-season, but it needs to step up to secure a first team place. I completely agree. Scott says Benrahma and Fornals returning this week. Good to see Benny looking sharp, doing some workouts. James says great signing, Areola, excellent business. Duke says best signing of the window if we get him. We've answered that question from you there, Scott. Dad says top keeper with the year's Premier League experience. I completely agree. Let's scroll down. Lee, I hope you're well. I love your positive comments as always. Lee, I hope you are well. James says he's better keeper than Fabianski, who was 28 years old. And yeah, loads of comments coming in. So let's go up here and have a look here. John McCarthy says I just seen a photo from a shop window in Romford. Noble Rice and Mikel Antonio in the new home shirt. Nothing on the website yet, though. Yeah, we discussed this earlier on. I'm not going to bring it up on screen because it's not fair for spreading it around, because that's not helpful at all. But yes, I have seen it. That is for sure. Thank you very much for liking the video, Lee. Greatly appreciated. Scott says Benrahma and Bowen excite me this year. John's shared the stream. Thank you very much, John. Greatly appreciated. James said, "Jake, you will cost me a fortune." No, you don't have to. You don't have to, James. Don't you worry about that. Right then. So we're going to move on then to our next topic, and that involves Jesse Lingard. What a conundrum! What a conundrum this is. So what has come out today? I'll come to you first, Andy, in just a second. Let me read this out. Man United want around £30 million for Jesse Lingard, but West Ham are not willing to pay that much this summer. So firstly, your initial thoughts, and then we'll dig deeper into that then, Andy.
20 for me is my maximum, probably 5 million add-on. Say, for example, if we get to the semi-final Europa League or win a trophy, blah, blah, blah. I expect that because that's how clubs make their money. But at the end of the day, we won't know until it happens. But we don't know whether Jesse's come on and said I wanted to leave, and it's just Man United playing hardball. But I don't know. Like I said, you said to me earlier, if I had to pick Traore or Lingard, it'll be Traore for me. He's 4 years younger, and I believe it'll be Benrahma or Fornals who could step up in Lingard's position. So. You can't buy pace. Can you really?
No. Mike, your thoughts on that then?
Yeah, I think 30 million's too much, mate. What's he got? A year left on his contract. I mean, they're going to be lucky to get 30 million from anyone, to be totally honest. I know we had a good season for us, and there will be other teams that may snap him up for that. But I'll tell you what, there's not that much money around, really. We've not seen that much activity. I know the Euros and everything's been on, but yeah, I don't know. I think 30 million's too much. And if they come to an agreement for, like Andy said, around about 25, 20 with add-ons, yeah, I'd take him because, he did a great job for us, didn't he? Let's face it. And we need to add to the squad. We've got to add to the squad. It's a must. Yeah. It's not just one or two. We need 4 or 5, really, don't we? And okay, we might have to go in for a few bargains here and there, but yeah, probably agree with Andy. If Traore, I'll probably take him over Lingard. Even he's younger. He adds a bit more to us, I think, even than what Jesse did for us, just a little bit more.
So here's a question, and here's a scenario, Andy. If Jesse Lingard would have continued on his blistering form in the first 10 games of his spell into the last 6 games, would you be saying something different now if he would have perhaps continued on and not slightly dropped off?
No, it's his age for me, mate. Like I said, Moyes said he wants to sign young players, and Lingard won't have a sell-on value. Even if he's blistering, if he has one good year, we'll be lucky to get what we paid for him. If Traore turns into the beast, what I think he has in 2 years, 27's his prime age, we could probably get double for that if a big club comes calling. So I'm thinking not just for now, I'm thinking for the future as well with a sell-on value.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get James in. James, how are you?
Howdy. How's it going, gentlemen?
How you doing?
Not bad.
Not too bad.
Good,
Just to finish off this debate, then, Lingard, what we've heard, what are your thoughts on it all?
I can see that going all the way to the last day of the window, mate. If I'm honest, I think we're going to play hardball. I don't think anyone's going to pay 30 million for Lingard. Let's be honest. Who's going to do it when he's got a year on his contract? But if it comes to the last day and West Ham dropping a bid of say 20 million, they might be tempted to take it. I think he's worth 20 million of anyone's money. Let's be honest. He's got another 4 years in him, 5 million a year. It's worth it, isn't it? Let's be honest. So I think he needs to come to us. I think because if we're going to progress, he's a sort of player like Abraham's. Like I'm loving the signing of Areola. That's what I want to see at West Ham. I don't want to see these cheap, cheerful players from Spain or Bulgaria or somewhere like that. I want to see proven Premier League players who know the league, and yeah, Lingard's one of them.
Yeah, here's a question. And so if you were David Sullivan, you've got 2 players put on the table for the same amount of money. Let's say for this instance, £20 million. You put Jesse Lingard and you put Matheus Pereira in front of you. You could pick one of them for £20 million. Mike, to you first. Who would you take?
Oh, well, he's done it in that league as well, hasn't he? He's another proven player. He is. What's he? Is he a little bit younger? He must be. He must be
24, 25, I think, Mike.
About 25. I mean, yeah, he's proved himself in that league. So, yeah, you probably have to go for him, to be totally honest. Proven players in this league, you know what I mean? It's like Abrams. He scored goals in the Premier League, There's a lot to be said for it. They've shown they can do it. And like James just said, we take a gamble on a 4 or 5 million, they end up being like a jetty we send off to have to get rid of, and he's just not up to it. So,
a lot of the teams are in transition periods now. Tottenham are in one, right? Tottenham are the main one that I think we can finish above them again this year, like quite easily. I just don't. I look at us as a club when we're going in one way, and that's forward. But we need to sort of, and I said it on Force for Minds back in the day. I've said it on here. I've said it on Emma's polls. I said we need to spend money, right, and progress to the next level, because I don't want to see it this year that we go 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and we're the same old West Ham. I don't want to see that no more. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, Mike.
No, you're right, mate. You're totally right. I mean, I've said it as well. I said, proof of being the pudding, mate, to see if they back it, won't they? See if these owners are going to put their hand in the pocket and do. They've been saying, they want to, we want a teams playing in Europe or Champions League. Well, we've got a chance to push on again and make another bit of progress, but they got to get their hands in their pocket.
Same question to you, Andy. Pereira or Lingard for £20 million?
Pereira for me, exactly the same as Traore. Sell on value, younger and sell on value. Not saying that we're going to turn into a selling club, but if push comes to shove, and I'm thinking out of the box as well. Set pieces. He scored a couple of great free kicks as well, and that adds another option for us. Yeah.
Let's get Duke in. Duke, how are you?
Good evening. How are we all? All good?
How we doing, mate? You all right?
Not too bad. Same question to you then, Duke. Pereira, Lingard, £20 million. Who are you taking?
I'd go with Pereira, as everyone's already said. There's a sell-on value there. I listen. I like Lingard, and I thought we done fabulously when he came to us. And at the end of the season, or during that key part of the season, I was banging the drum for a £30 million signing if it come to it. And then, as you said earlier, he kind of dropped off in those last few games. And it's as the guys have said, the sell on value is not going to be there. I agree with what James said about the £5 million a year. It's not bad, but if you've got someone like Pereira coming in, if he has that kind of impact that would you kind of hope him to be, and the player people come in looking and we can work the kind of Brentford angle and bring them in at a lower price and sell them for a higher price, then fantastic. You're not going to get that with Lingard, so for me I'd take Pereira.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's scroll up and take some comments then. Let's go here. Lee says, I don't see Lingard signed, but that's way too much. But then again, look what he brought to the table. Still too much, though. Zach says, if Lingard really wanted to join, he would have pushed for a move by now. Let him rot at United. Cyber would take Lingard for £30 million. Let's go here and say,
I would let him rot at United for a year and take him on a free next year.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that.
All over that,
yeah.
I don't think though he's going to rot though. I think I can see that they're going to put a 25-man or 26-man team in. He ain't going to be in it, and then he's going to force a move out. Do you know what I mean? Because he ain't going to be. Let's be honest. If he sits there for 6 months, he could go in January for less than 30 million. So if someone, that's why I know what everyone's saying about Pereira. I get it. I like Pereira. I think he's a very, very good player. I think he's got bags of ability. And let's be honest, he was the one who was making West Brom enough stay up. But when you look at Lingard, you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting a proven winner of cups. You're getting someone who's played for one of the best teams in the country, and he's been trained by Man United. So yeah, I think 20 million is worth it. I think, let's be honest, we wasted 42.5 million on Haller. So I think 20 million we can sort of stretch to. Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree, mate. I mean, if we could get him for 20, yeah, we got to do it, haven't we? We got to do it. Because, I think he fitted in well, didn't he? And he got on well with all the boys. That was part of it. The togetherness they had. And he was part of that. So, fair dues, you know what I mean? I think he's worth the 20, but not a lot more, to be totally honest. And like you said, James, he could, if he stays there, he could be even cheaper than that in January because it's getting a bit close then, isn't it? I mean, they got to get some money back from him. And if he stays there,
Jadon Sancho ain't cheap. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So 77.5 million is not cheap for a person who's just come from Borussia Dortmund. So
yeah. Let's go here. Scott raises an interesting point. So we'd rather spend £30 million on James Ward-Prowse. That is an interesting shout. I can't see Southampton letting him go. But that is
problem is where does he play though?
Good point.
It's okay for saying 30 million, but where's he getting our team?
I could see us moving into like I said, if we get a Traore or someone like that, I could see us changing the formation and having the free in midfield, like having Rice, Souček, and Ward-Prowse. And Ward-Prowse hasn't missed a game for 2 years either, so he's not really injury prone either. So that's a bonus as well if we did. But I think you're looking at 50 million that Southampton will be looking if they would accept anything.
Yeah. Scott says, do we need another centre back? Dawson worries me. I can't. Come on, Scott. No, I'm only joking. I'd rather us get in the next couple of weeks. I'd rather us get a striker and a central midfielder in before we get a centre back, because I can't see that being, in my opinion, the priority. We haven't got a striker at this football club, and we've got 2 central midfielders and Mark Noble, who is on the back of this shirt, but he's a West Ham legend, and not much else, to be honest with you. But the final subject, and then I'm going to hand it to you guys on the chat to finish the show off, and that's about Andre Yarmolenko, my favourite player. West Ham forward Andre Yarmolenko has agreed terms with Fenerbahce. It's not a reliable source that we have not. Look at the bottom of your screen. Not a reliable source, but I'm hoping there's truth in this. I'm hoping that there's a couple of pennies in with this deal, and I hope to God that's true. Andy, your thoughts then?
I want him to stay, mate. I just want him to wind you up. No, I'm joking. No. On all seriousness, no. What is he on? 140 grand a week or whatever it is? It's ridiculous. As soon as we sell him, give him the 140 grand a week plus what Declan Rice is on, and happy days. We've not lost out, have we? So yeah. No. And I think all of us, and including your memberships and monetise, we can pay for his Uber, can't we, Jake?
We can. We can, that's for sure.
You don't need Uber. You don't need Uber. I'll drive him. I'll drive him to the airport, first class.
Breaking news: Simon has arrived. I hope you're well, Simon. Let's have a look here. Been busy playing golf. Simple. Here we go. The golf chat started between Simon and Scott now. Scott says off the wages too. I'm sure he's on 140k. What's this here? We'll have to send Jake's birthday Yarmolenko shirt back. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. To Mike, to you then, Andre Yarmolenko. Get him gone, surely.
Oh no, yeah, I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad he had a good Euros. So hopefully we get a few more bob for him now. But I mean, how many players have done well in the Euros over the years, and they've been bought by Premier League clubs, and they turn out to be, I mean, absolutely useless in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. It's a different thing altogether. He's shone in that, but he's proven that he can't do it week in, week out in the Premier League. So yeah, hey, let's get some good money for him and hopefully get someone in with the money. Yeah.
Just an update on the likes, Andy. We're on 22 likes. We've got 36 people watching.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Right then, here we go. This is going to be interesting now because I feel like there's going to be.
Come on, everyone.
Up for the bottom of the screen to bash Yarmolenko out of the park. Now, James, firstly, bash him out of the park.
I can't wait for him to go, mate. It's the beginning of the end of Pellegrini era. Let's get it right. Like, he was the one who brought him in along with a few others, and soon he's out. I agree with Mike. The Euros has done us a massive favour because he's performed. I wouldn't mind taking his strike partner though. Rienchuk, is it from Genk? Ghent. Yeah, I think he's a good player. I think it's a good business for all round. 140,000 a week for him, mate. He's stealing the living, isn't he? I mean, he's robbing West Ham, like he's robbing all of us as fans. So, you know what I mean? So yeah, I can't wait for him to go, and I just hope that they're going to sell him and they're going to bring in two people straight away, like not keep us in suspense till like the last day of the window and think that we're going to get like someone on a free transfer or something. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, thanks Yarmolenko. The only thing I will say on him before I pass it over to Joe is the goal he scored against Chelsea a couple of years ago. I think it was last year. That was a goal that really sort of progressed us to staying up that year. So thanks for that.
Yeah, fair shake.
I agree. I completely agree. And Duke, to you.
I mean, I'll be honest. When we did the tier list over on our channel, I was in two minds with him because I thought, going into Europe, he'd be a good asset, as a squad player. But no, I'm now at a point where thanks very much. See you later, son. Take care. And as the guys have said, it's 140 grand. For me, that goes into Rice's pocket as far as I'm concerned. That becomes Rice's wages. I don't care whether others throw their toys out the pram or whatever. Rice deserves that. That is part of the reason that he's turned down two other contracts from what we're led to believe is that, Yarmolenko was on that kind of money. So, no, get him gone. Give that money, then the extra money there to Rice. He wants to stay. I think you're clueless if you think he didn't. He had a really good. In fact, he had an amazing Euros. I thought he was one of our best players at the Euros, alongside Shaw. And I just think, there's more to come from him. So we've got to do everything we can to keep him. So Yarma out the door. That money then goes into Declan's pocket, as far as I'm concerned.
I've also forgot Anderson's wages were when it officially goes through, which is off as well. I just forgot about that as well. So you could easily offer Dec 200 grand a week if he wants 200 grand a week. I'll do it, in my opinion. That's what Chelsea or Man United would offer him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you've got to build. You've got to build around Declan. Like I think everyone
Yeah.
here knows that when we was looking at the Euros, and I agree with what Duke just said there. I thought he was absolutely first class, mate. Every game, he proved he's a £100 million player, in my opinion. People think he's not, but he proves to me that he's 22 years of age. And let's be honest, if someone come in and said 120 million, it's a bargain, really. You know what I mean? £12 million a year for the next 10 years, like you don't get that on a player in the Premier League. So yeah, I agree. I really do. I think give him the money, give it to him. Do you know what I mean? He deserves every penny.
Yeah, I completely agree with that one. That's for sure. Let's have a little look
Sorry, Jake, to interrupt. I don't know if you guys have just seen. It's been breaking news. Birmingham goalkeeper Neil Etheridge is in hospital being treated for COVID. So, wow, that's for an athlete as well. So, I hope he recovers well. Any when you see any athlete go in, I don't think a lot of people still think COVID's gone, but when you see an athlete going in, so yeah, my condolences go to him.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Yeah. Just before we move on, Andy, you've got a plug there ready to go.
Yeah, so for anyone who's seen at Fultram Iron, Jazz unfortunately can't attend, and West Ham Fan TV are offering a Legends Night with Tony Cottee and Julian Dix. And like I just said, Jazz is unable to attend. So what we've decided is to raise money for Areola as well. So it's a VIP treatment, which means it starts at 6 o'clock. You get a dinner and everything with Tony Cottee and Julian Dix. It's a £90 ticket, but we're selling it on a football card at £10 a ticket. So that means we raised £400 for Areola. So first of all, I'd like to say thanks to Jazz as well for what he's done. It's a great gesture, but he sort of gave it in full from iron and my capable hands, and I'm guessing Jake will retweet it. So if anyone's interested in the event or a team, let me know. And even if you're not, a retweet or anything, a share on Facebook will go a long way. So thanks for listening. And if you have any questions, shout at me.
Yep, there we go. Simon's got the man flu. I hope you're getting well, Simon. Absolutely not. A little unwell. Man flu has hit me hard. To finish off the show, I want you, 1, 2, 3, 4 people on this screen to pick a subject, and we're going to talk about it. So far away, has anybody got something West Ham related that they want to talk about that's buzzing around at the moment?
How exciting would it be to see fans back in the ground?
Oh yeah,
this season, like to have a full capacity, providing that we don't have another outbreak, so to speak. But I think this year is going to be the making of West Ham. I really do. I think we're starting, and also another thing I want to say, the scout that we've got from Man City, I think it is. Is it a scout or?
Director of football, isn't it? Yeah.
I was going to say,
we're he's doing well, isn't he? He's doing very well on what he's doing. I just want to see what you guys think of the fans and that.
I was going to bring up James, to be honest. Rob Newman, he used to play for Bristol City, so he's I know a little bit about him, and he's done a fantastic job up there. And that is a great appointment, and that's the sort of appointments I want to see happening at West Ham, because, we've got to start. Someone's got to be in charge of these transfers we can trust. It's got to be taken away from Sullivan. Yeah, it's got to be given to someone that can, is proven and does a good job. And I think Rob Newman's going to be a good acquisition for this club. I really do.
The only catch what I've saw is they've put him on gardening leave, so it means he can't officially start until January. But like you said, it's not a marathon, not a sprint, and what he will offer, I'm guessing he can't officially, but I'm guessing he'll be doing the like people on furlough, doing their dodgy things on the side, and obviously helping us through. And but no, I think he'll be a great appointment. And with regards to the fans, James, 100%. I'm not convinced the away fans are going straight away, but we've got +3 Europa. So we've got a minimum of 22 home games of 60,000 West Ham fans cheering them. I can't think of anything, and I'm against it from a social aspect, because I would love a Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff for the first game, but a Monday night under the lights Leicester, good team. We've done the double over them last year. I couldn't think of a better game to play. Make a statement and get a good result.
Yeah, I completely agree. Duke, go on, James. Oh,
No, go on, let Duke go.
go on, Duke.
No, I was going to say, mate. The whole aspect of it thrills me. Getting back to the Premier League. It was great having the Euros, but I'm now itching for the Premier League and the Europa League to come back. To have fans, as James has said, back in that stadium, as Andy said there, back in the stadium, even for the Europa League games, is just going to be something else. It would have been horrible to go into this season, have this season, a historic one, let's be fair, back in the Europa League. Noble's last season with us as well. To do this without fans would have been horrible. But to have us back in there, to have us back behind the tide, we had a few thousand fans in the stadium, as we finish the season. So this will be something else. And this, as James says, this is going to be a great season for us. It really will.
Yeah, it definitely will.
What is the expectation? That's what I was going to ask everyone before I shut up. What's the expectation this year from everyone?
Andy, to you
For
first.
West Ham.
I don't. I would love for us to get out of the group stage Europa League. That'll be no matter where we finish in the league or anything. Obviously not relegation, but I would take say for example. I think we've got a chance of winning it, but the teams what drop out from the Champions League will be a push with the congestion. But I would easily take, say, quarter-final, semi-final. Yeah, exactly what Freeham has just said. 10th in the Europa League run. If we finish no lower than 12th, I'd be bit more realistic because a lot of teams are strength. So just say 12th and quarter or semi-final Europa League. What season? Away day. I'm just looking forward to a European away day. I don't know about anyone else. The fact that if we can to go away, I'd love a nice hot country of Spain, Italy, or something like that. Not Russia or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You what? Q Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Goes on.
Oh, dear. Mike, to you then. Your expectations.
The same. As long as we're not in any sort of relegation trouble, halfway and just above would be good. And a great run in Europe, I think, would be another good season. I really do. Yeah, it'd be great to have the fans back in. It'd be great to see Notes, get people getting behind him in his last season and give him a proper send off.
Yeah, I completely agree. Just before I lose it, I love Lee's positive attitude in his comments. In Moyes we trust, can't say yet. Let's see what signings go down, but we're going to smash it. Come on, your eyes. I love it. Love it, Lee. To you then, Duke, your thoughts on this. What are your expectations?
I mean, my expectations are the same as they are every season, Jake. I'd love to see us win a cup. I would. I
agree.
I mean, a cup final would be amazing. Let's not mess around. I mean, seeing England in the final with the Euros kind of gives me a longing for more, if I'm honest. So, I mean, listen, people talk about the Mickey Mouse Cup that is the League Cup. Mate, I'd take that all day long. If you turn around and said to me this season, you'll finish 10th and you'll finish 10th and you'll fall out. You'll drop out of the group stage of the Europa League, but we'll give you the League Cup. You know what? I'd take that tomorrow. I would. I'd finish 3rd in the group stage, finish 10th in the league. But if you were to put the League Cup in my hands at the end of the season, I'd take that all day long. So that's a trophy for me, and 10th I would consider a successful season.
Yeah, I agree. Wally's coming in the chat. Thank you, Wally, for signing up. As you can see, in the live chats, with the badges. Thank you very much, indeed, for that. You've got the West Ham badge there as well. Freshfielder is in the house as well. Fresh, I hope you are well as well. Right then, to finish off, then any final thoughts from anybody?
I would like to talk about Aaron Creswell, if you don't mind, for briefly. After the season he's had, He had a couple of injury niggles at the end, but I think the physio team and everything have learnt well from him, and I could see him being very, very crucial, especially him even having the armband in a few games and helping the youngsters. I think he's learned a lot from. Elise and Baptista learned a lot from the first few games in Alves. I don't know about you. I think Creswell's sort of turning into Noble once Noble goes out the team, sort of taking that senior role and very coaching him. I don't know about you guys, but I feel more confident with the back line now, and I think Bon has played a good part as well. But I wanted your thoughts on Creswell, really.
I think Alves is. I think he's going to be brilliant. I really do. It's one player I'm excited about. He's such a good player. Like, he's young. It's what we need. We need pace at the back. I agree.
Yeah.
I think Creswell's been diamond, mate. I really do. I think he's been top draw. Let's be honest. A few years ago, we were wanting him out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's not beat around the bush or nothing. We was going, you know what? He ain't good enough. He got injured. It's time to go. And last year, he sort of shut a few people up, including myself, because I thought it was time to go. From my opinion on him. But I don't know about the armband, sort of, so to speak, because I think Declan Rice is the man who will take over from Noble. I think he's an absolute brilliant captain, and he gives a different dynamic. But I do agree. I think Creswell's been absolute first class, and when he wasn't there last year, we weren't the same team. Like set pieces, corners, etc.
Yeah.
Especially when he slipped into the back three. I mean, that gave him confidence because he played much better in that back three. And you've got a left-sided player coming out of defence who can deliver a pass. And, we all know he's got a sweet left foot. And you know what? Playing in that back three, having a few good games in there, gave him more confidence to then go out and play left back in a back four. So, he did have a fantastic season. And
I don't know about a back four with him, though. Like, it's anything with a three, I think he's brilliant. I do. I think the pace sort of kills him a little bit. If he's up against someone who's lightning fast.
Gets a bit of pace, he's going to have problems. But all I'm saying is, because he slipped back into that back three, it gave him a lot of confidence. And, you're going to find speed. You don't... Well, not that sort of speed. Joking aside, not going to... that's not going to come, ever. You just got to learn to position yourself better. And he has done. And that's what he's done. He's done really well. He had a great season.
Let's jump into the chat. Our first member on the channel, Wally, is coming. I hope you are well, Wally. Thank you very much for signing up. He is trying out all his new perks. He's got obviously on StreamYard. You can't see them, but there's a Suchet one. There's an Ogbonna one. He is trying them all out. There will be a Fredericks one just for you, Wally. I will work on it. There will be a Fredericks perk just for you very, very soon. Scott says Creswell still worries me defensively anyway. That must be at the next level. I'm working on it, Wally. Let's have a look here. Did someone say we have a new injury specialist at the club? I didn't hear anything about that, but Duke's nodding his head, so I think that must be correct.
Yeah. He's the guy out of West Brom. We got him. I think we got him from West Brom, and he's an injury specialist. Injury preventing specialist is what he is. So
Has he got magic potions? Has it?
You know what I did when I read that earlier, Andy? That was I thought his nickname might be Gandalf or something, but from what I'm understanding, he's an injury prevention specialist. So I mean, listen, if for everything that's coming on, and if it gives us that. It gives us that extra step up, then you know what, to bring it on, let's go.
Yeah. But ain't it good though? Ain't it good that we're looking like a professional club now? Like we're looking like we're not getting any like. You know what I mean? I know it's early yet, but like slowly, but it's like we're looking like we're not getting Joe Blogs out of like out the street. Do you know what I mean? Saying like we're going to get these people from like. I'm not being funny. Like I said about Newman. He's Manchester City, like for like you don't have to go, do you? Like if you don't want to. But we look like a quiet like it looks like we're doing the right things now. Like instead of trying to cut corners every 5 minutes.
Looks like Moyes is creating a bigger. He's having a bigger impact on the club, not just on that first team and his backroom staff, but it looks like overall within the club, it looks like he's doing a hell of a lot more.
Andy.
Right, we're at 35 likes, Jake. If we get to 50, everyone if we get to 50, I'll donate a tenner to Ida right now. Come on, everyone.
Brilliant. Come on,
everyone.
we're on 36 likes. There's 36 watching. There's 36 likes.
Come on,
guys,
everyone.
Let's get up to 50 likes. Right, let's take some more comments then. Fresh says, apart from his set piece deliveries, Creswell is a bit of a defensive liability. Definitely better in a back three. Great in a back three. Dad says, Scott says definitely he's average, offensively very
39.
dangerous.
Come on.
And our second member is in as well. Trev Shube, I hope you're well, and I hope you are enjoying the perks as well. Wally says Frederick's perk must be at the platinum level because we all know Wally's a platinum player. So Trev Tube says we need a wizard or a witch doctor. Wally as likes, thank you very much, Wally.
44. Come on, people. 6 more. Come on.
Let's go. Come on, let's go. Lee says Moy's building something special. I can feel it in me water. I like it, Lee. I like it. Right, considering Wally is here, and whilst we wait for 5 more likes, let's talk about Ryan Fredericks and his future at West Ham. I'm gonna say James has a wry smile. That I'm gonna say my piece first, and I've got a feeling I'm not gonna agree with you here, James, but I think Ryan Fredericks next season, and when I watched the Northampton game yesterday, I thought he looked really, really good. Him and Bowen on the right hand side looked really, really good, getting in behind. I know Soufal is the number 1, but I think he could be Europa League, Carabao Cup, whatever. I think he can be a good backup. I know, right? Come on, then, James. You're.
Well, the way I look at this is, you got Ben Johnson, you got Ryan Fredericks. Now, to me, Ben Johnson needs to play on the right hand side as cover instead of being shimmied over to the left when everyone knows he's only right-footed. So yeah, I just think if someone comes in with a little bid for Fredericks, we've got him on a free. I just think I just don't see the eye, mate. He's fast, but he can't defend. So to me, that's no good for a defensive player. Like, unless you're going to put him in Jared Bowen's position, but there's so many other players who can go there. I would like to see Ben Johnson playing on the right, mate. I really would. I think he gets a lot of stick, Johnson. And last season he was put over to the left and really hung out to dry, if I'm honest. Like, when he's up against the people who know he's right-footed, they're pushing him onto the left-hand side. He can't defend. So yeah, that's for me, really.
There we go. We're getting closer. Let's bring it up on screen. I think we're on 46 likes now. Let's have a look. Are we on 46? 46 likes. 4 more likes to go. Freshfielder says 46 likes, 39 watching the new Witch Doctor is working his magic already. Dad says he still likes Fredericks. Zach says squad are too thin. Keep him. He's rapid. Could play right midfield or in a back 5 when we do. I completely agree. Mike, your thoughts then. Let's get rid of that. Mike, your thoughts.
The other thing that worries me is he's also standing in the way of some of the young guys that might get a chance in Europa League. And Baptiste and the other one, what was it? I know he played left back, didn't he? Yeah. But I mean, we got some really good young lads like Ben Johnson as well. So I think we got enough right backs, haven't we? We got one of the best right backs in the Premier League anyway at the moment. So I don't see where he really fits in with us. I've got to be totally honest. Even as backup. So for me, if someone comes along with a bit of dosh, then we got to let him go.
Interesting. And Duke.
I'm going to agree with you, mate. I actually think when you consider where we're at, I think you could give Johnson the Carabao Cup. You could give Fredericks the FA Cup and Europa League. And you could keep Soufal for the Premier League and maybe even the latter parts of the Europa League. So, listen, it's all about squad depth now. We're going to be playing a hell of a lot more games than really we used to. And let's be honest, I know it's only going to be 6 more because we get knocked out in the early rounds of the FA Cup and the League Cup anyway. But listen, if we want to compete and we want to be better and we want to go further in these competitions, we need squad depth. So I'd keep him all day long.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Do, for becoming a channel member and for the
My
You Are a
pleasure.
Legend channel member as well. Because you, in the next 1 or 2 days, will be getting your first exclusive members only video. I've got it all lined up with, so that's 2 so far we've got over there. Thank you very much. And if you could help out the channel even further, the link is in the chat and in the description if you scroll up as well. If you would like to become a channel member, we need one more
Come
like.
on.
One more like. Come on, lads.
Come on, one more.
We
Hang
need
on,
one more.
Hang on, I've got a plan. Hang on, I've got a plan. Hang on.
He's got it. He's got
minute.
it. He's got a
Give me
plan.
a plan. Hang on. Here it comes. Hang on. Give me a second.
Are we ready? Are we ready?
Ooh. It's like
Here
the
we
cricket, innit? Last over.
Is that the one? Is that done it
Yeah.
now? Have we got it? There you go.
Hey.
Got it. 50 likes. Brilliant. There we
£10
go.
Tyler on its way.
Brilliant. There we go. Let's take a few comments before we head then. David says, "Hi Jake and the gang. Have you all seen the new image of Noble Antonio and in the middle Declan Rice wearing the new kit? Does that mean anything?" I think just some plonkers just released them early and has just been a bit of a plonker, to be honest. I think not really supposed to be announced until Friday, but you know they're out there now. I'm not going to show it on air, but you can go and see it.
I think they look nice.
So do I.
They do. They do.
I like the yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Kieran's in. Good day, young Jake. 5:28 a.m. That's a push, Kieran.
That's commitment, isn't it? That is commitment. 5:25 in the morning.
Well done, mate.
Complete 50 likes indeed. Definitely. What to say, Kieran? Good morning. Get that coffee brewing. I know you like your coffee in the morning, Wally. I'm sure you've had yours this morning as well. Right, here's a question to round off then. Scott says, "Come on, the season starts tomorrow. Let's have your front four. Let's go in. Let's go in order round. Andy first.
Front four. So what I would like is Abraham in the middle, Traore and Bowen supporting him, and Pereira behind him as a cam.
Mike?
If we're getting them, that's fine. Ben Rama, I'd like to see him in there maybe. If we didn't get Pereira, but yeah. Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, that would be a hell of a front four. That really would. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, according to Dad, my front four are on the screen. We didn't go very far, I don't think.
No.
And me as the manager. I thought Mike would be the manager, but I'm the manager. Duke, to you then. I've lost my train of thought. What was it? Oh yeah, the front four. Let's go.
Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, and Kane. Is that right? No, what we've got. I can't believe I'm going to do this. I can't. So I'd like to see Tammy up front. I'd like to see Traore one side. I'd like to see Bowen the other side, and in the number 10. Ben Rama, I would. Shut up. I would. That's where I'm at. I'd like to see Ben Rama in a 10. I think he can do. I think he's had the season that he needed. I think it's a big season for him, and I'd really like to see him hit the ground running. Yeah. And I really do. I really want to see him come good this season. We spent a lot of money on him, and I think now's the time for him to make a point. So I'd like to see Traore one side. I'd like to see Tammy up front. I'd like to see Bowen the other side, and then sitting in behind in the number 10 would be Ben Rama.
Yeah, agree with you, mate.
Scott says Tammy, Bowen, Fornals, Ben Rama, Antonio off the bench would be a huge threat. I completely agree. Fresh Fielder says Jesse Lingard, sorry Ben Rama, Iron Bowen, and Fresh. What have you done here? I can't pronounce names. I'll have that. I can't pronounce names, so I'm not going to.
That's not one of them names. You know, one of them names that people keep catching Russ out over on his channel. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it out loud. I'm not doing it.
Yes. Luke says Benrahma, Tammy, Traore, Jesse / Pereira as the number 10. Scott says Duke knows ball, great front four. Is that Kieran says Peach can be our penalty taker. He moves about more than Rashford.
Listen, it's still a sore point. It's still a sore point. It still hurts. Leave it. Leave it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And James, to finish off your front four then.
I want to see Abraham, mate, because I know he's a Premier League goal scorer. So, yeah, I'd like to see Abraham at the club. I think Antonio needs to start having some time off and being benched a few times when he's not up to scratch. I want to see Bowen, Benrahma, and I want to see Fornells, mate, if I'm honest. If not, Lingard. But it's one of the, like, I think if I would like us to get Lingard, if I'm honest. Like, I think he worked well. The atmosphere at the club was so much good when he was there. I'm not saying it ain't good now, but when he was there, everyone was buzzing. So if it was me, I'd have Abraham, I'd have Lingard as the 10, I'd have Bowen on the right and Benrahma on the left, and then we'll winter change. I think we do need a striker. Like, I am praying that we get a striker this window. We don't get a load of attacking, like, wide men and things like that. I know Traore's a good player. He's a good player, but he wasn't really doing anything for Wolves last season. But he's fast, he's lively, and he's mobile. So yeah, he's good. And that's it.
Yeah, well, let's take a few little comments then. Let me scroll up here. First fielder says that player that he did mention is an Iranian top goal scorer in the Russian league for the last 2 seasons. Trev Tube says, I agree with Benrahma. He seems to have split the fans, but I have faith in him. Luke says feel harsh dropping my boy Fornells though. J1 says Abraham, Lingard, Holzcheck, and another central midfielder like Loftus-Cheek. That's who he would like to bring in with the £85 million that has been reported. Let's have a look here. Luke says Jesse and Tammy helps build that English camp that Rice loves. Scott says, yep, needs a striker. Can't have no competition for Antonio again. I agree. Lee says, thanks, lads, and chat. Enjoy the rest of the night. We are massive. Jesse and Dex in the World Cup. Come on, you guys. Oh, honestly, the questions keep coming in. I think we're going to be here till midnight. Gatesy says, evening. How about go for Joe Willock? One word answer. Let's go round with you first. Yes or no, Andy?
100% yes.
Mike?
Yeah, he's a good player if we could get him, mate. But, you know, yeah, he's good enough. There's no doubt about that. And he's proved it, hasn't he? You know, but, you know, it's just all pie in the sky. But if there was a chance of getting him, yeah, take him.
Duke?
Yes.
James?
100% yes, mate. I think the way his impact at Newcastle last year was unbelievable. Like, come from nowhere and started banging goals left, right, and centre. Yeah, 100%.
I agree. Dad says we need 2 strikers, definitely. Trev Tube says Holzcheck is the other one I really like the look of. It has gone quiet though. I reckon we could get him on loan with an option to buy. Let's have a look here. Who is West Ham's most likely player? So I think it's Alfonso Areola at the moment. Paul Onuachu as well is honestly, Gatesy, come on, you are expecting me to pronounce that name?
Austrian striker, good player.
Yeah,
just call him Sasha.
Fucking hell. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
That's all right. Luke says, let's go. Let's go all in for St. Maxim, Antonio, and Traore. Scariest front 3 ever. 6'7", surprisingly mobile. Crikey for the 5 foot of me. That is a lot. That is a lot. That would be definitely entertaining. That is for sure. Right then, we are going to end it here, and we are 1 away from hitting Andy. We are 1 away from hitting your a first like target. We are on 59 likes. We are one away from that.
One more. Come on. I can't. I might. Hang on.
Come on, here we go. 58 watchers, 59 likes. There must be someone more that hasn't. Hey, there we go. 60 likes. We've hit both targets, Andy. I didn't think it would happen, but it happened.
£10 already gone to Ida, mate. I've tagged you in it as well. So, yeah,
there you go.
Good first show back. I feel like Jim White's retired from Sky Sports News, and you took his place.
Oh dear. Yeah, we've talked about a lot of stuff tonight. It is nice to be back interacting with you guys in the chat as well. Madfoot Brady was the 60th like. Thank you very much, mate. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's see. Oh, Chris, you expect me to turn around. Let's see your shirt. It hasn't got Yarmolenko on the back. It's got Mark Noble. I'm not going to turn around. I'll tell you what. No, do that. It's got Noble on the back. It definitely hasn't got Yarmolenko on the back. That is for sure. But yeah. In all seriousness, thank you very much to my guests tonight. Thank you to all of you in the live chat. It is good to be back. And we've hit record viewers on the channel tonight. So that is absolutely fantastic. And thank you especially to you, Duke, for becoming a legend of a channel member. I think Andy must have been a little bit distraught that he's not the only legend on the West Ham.
I'll share with Duke.
You're all legends. There we go.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for my guests coming on, Andy, Mike, Duke, and James. There we go. Shout out to you. Oh, I've clicked on the wrong. Oh, yeah, there. Shout out to you, Madfoot Brony. Thank you very much. Here we go. So, I'm the 60s, so my wife. Scott says Somerset with a lucky escape. The 3M says everyone should have Noble 16 on their shirt when they come up. Well, I did it a year early just to make sure. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Check out the memberships if you could. It'd be greatly appreciated. Where you can get custom emojis, early access to videos, as Andy has seen. I put the video that I put out this morning the night before, so you can watch it before everyone else, and you get exclusive content as well. So yeah, come on, you guys. And we'll see you very, very soon. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.